Guys, welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. And in this one, we have why are UK landlords allowed to be anonymous? You can be anonymous as a landlord? Huh? But what if I got problems like with my apartment or my place that I'm staying at and you the landlord? Shouldn't I know who you are? That way, if you fix the problems, good. But if you don't fix the problem, then I need to be like, hey, y'all, this man is don't stay. This landlord is untrustworthy. We gonna find out. Before we do though, if you guys happen to enjoy, don't forget to smash subscribe, get a video a thumbs up, and if you like to support this channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is hit that join button to receive your exclusive benefits. Let's dive in.
Who is the owner of this apartment building? We have a public land registry in the UK, so it should be pretty easy to find out, but it's not. Because this is one of about 50,000 buildings in the UK that uses a loophole in British law to allow its owners to remain completely anonymous. So the tenants living in that building have absolutely no idea who they're paying rent to. And I should know, because I was one of them. I moved into this building.
I need to know immediately why the law is like this. Did somebody put a threat or put the landlord's life in danger? Somebody was angry with where they were staying and the landlord wasn't doing anything to fix their problems, and so they decided to go approach the landlord and put his or her life in danger. Is that the reason the law was made? I need to know.
During the pandemic, and in the 3 years I lived there, I had more than a few things to complain about. But I always dealt with a faceless management company called Glasshouse Cribs. But when this scaffolding appeared around the building and they started putting extra floors on top of us, I wanted to know who was really behind it. So I went to the land registry and requested this document, the title register, which shows the registered owners of the building as Goldlark Limited, a company based at an address in the Isle of Man. If you don't know where that is, it's this island.
Oh,
it has low taxes, one company for every 3 residents, and it does not require those companies to publish the names of their owners.
Dang.
So that seemed like it was the end of my search. My landlord was an offshore company owned by someone who I'd never be able to trace. I had a really strong feeling at the time that this shouldn't be allowed. I mean, doesn't the government care who owns all these properties?
I would think so.
And then something happened that made them care.
Oh.
After the invasion of Ukraine, the government suddenly became concerned about Russian money laundering and passed a law requiring offshore companies that own property in the UK to publicly register their beneficial owners.
Oh.
So now we can go to the company's house website and look up Goldlark Limited, and there it is, with the right address and everything. This is it. I'm finally going to find out who owns my building, who I've been paying rent to this whole time. The name of my landlord is...
No beneficial owners have been identified. How could the fact that they are able to stay anonymous in the first place I'm still not understanding. I need someone to break it down in the comment section because this is ridiculous. Like I said, you see all the complaints he had, but he's complaining to some fake company holding name or whatever, and he can't get in touch with the real person because the real person will not put their name on anything. They're not. I don't like it because I feel like as landlord, it gives you the ability to not fix people problems and to do people dirty, and people don't know who exactly is doing them dirty, and it's like the most you can do is decide to move, but you can't. I don't like it. I don't like it.
No one.
I don't like it.
Well, it turns out the new law has not been as bulletproof as hoped. BBC News reported that around 50,000 UK properties were still owned anonymously, including my flat. An article in the Oxford Journal of Legal Studies identified several ways this could be done. Here's just one example. The law only requires an owner to be registered if they own more than 25% of the company. So if the company was split equally between 5 people, the company's house record would simply read, "No beneficial owners have been identified." So I don't know exactly what kind of arrangement's going on here, but the end result is that I'm still unable to say definitively who I was paying rent to for 3 years. But here's what I can say.
Oh.
That address in the Isle of Man is also linked to a company called Criterion Capital, whose website says it owns more than £6 billion of assets in London and elsewhere. They made the news recently due to a dispute with central London's beloved Prince Charles Cinema, which is accusing Criterion of trying to force them out. Criterion also has an offshore ownership structure, but it's reportedly
Oh,
owned by its founder, the billionaire Asif Aziz.
Asif Aziz with Criterion got the same address as their company. Then could Asif Aziz be the one that he's looking for? Be the landlord that he's looking for?
London Centric recently reported that Aziz has a less than stellar reputation among his property's tenants, and Private Eye has
Oh,
reported on his affinity for using offshore companies. And if we look up the management company who ran the flat when I was living there, it's listed as being controlled by two people who share Aziz's last name. So is this building owned by...
yeah. Without a doubt, it's owned by Asif Aziz. Without a doubt, 100% positive. 100%. There, you did your research, and there's no more research needed. Sherlock Holmes, I think we've cracked the case. Asif Aziz.
Asif Aziz, or are these just coincidences? I don't know.
I do.
And frankly, I was lucky to find any information at all. Now, some new regulations were brought in a few weeks ago, tightened up some of the rules around this stuff. So the government is doing more work on it, but the real test will be in a few years' time. Will the landlord of this building be publicly listed, or will they continue to be, for legal purposes, completely anonymous?
I think you found them. I'll read this in case it's not big enough on your screen. I received the following statement from Companies House. Since it was introduced, register of overseas entities has grown to more than 30,000 registrations, helping to improve the transparency of land and property ownership in the UK. We work with partners to identify overseas entities in scope and secure their compliance with the regulatory requirements. Our focus remains on a proportionate and consistent approach to enforcement and improving the quality of the register, so transparency is further enhanced. The Department for Business and Trade and the Ministry of Housing, Communities, and Local Government did not respond to a request for comment in time for this video's release. Is that gonna be it? So I'm very intrigued to know what y'all think about this situation. Do you guys think it's okay for the landlords to remain anonymous, or do you think they should have to be registered somewhere? Their name should have to they have to show up so people can find them. And I'm pretty sure Aziz owns that other place too. Owns that flat. I mean, I can't be 100% obviously, but I'm like 95% sure. What do you guys think? I need y'all's thoughts in the comment section. That's all we have for this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Check out the next one. I'll see y'all next time.